From Cyber Embassy of Christ.
You can know my Jesus through the internet, through Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can know more of Jesus through the internet, through Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Need more of Jesus. Oh, the world need more of Him. Yo, na na na. You need more of Jesus. Yeah, the world needs more of Him. Yeah. If you're desperate for Jesus, log into the internet, log into the Instagram, Twitter or Facebook. If you're desperate for Jesus, log into the internet, log into Instagram, Twitter or Facebook. Log into the internet, using your phones or your laptops, and you will see and know that Jesus is Lord. God is saying something. Oh, Jesus is saying something. Oh, na na na. God is saying something to turn our lives around, to turn our lives around. A soul that's hunger and tasting, you've been waiting for someone, watching and waiting. Log into the internet, into the internet. A soul that's hunger and tasting, watching and waiting. Log into the internet and get more of Jesus. Get more of Jesus. True life fellowship. Longing to your social media account today. Get more of Jesus. True life fellowship. Longing to your social media account today. God is saying something. Yo, yo, now. Jesus is saying something. Oh, Gianna. Jesus is saying something. Speaking the word. God is saying something to turn your life around, to turn a life around, to turn a life around. God is saying something. Yo, now.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. After weeks of preparation and prayers and mobilization, we are finally here and we are rocking. I hope my audio is on this time. Vega, am I live? Is my audio on? Okay,
yes,
great.
Sir.
I will meet you in a minute.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, guys, I want to welcome everybody from all over the world. We've got hundreds of people watching us from all over the world today as we kick off one of the most exciting, transformational program that we are going to be doing at the Cyber Embassy of Christ for All Nations. As many of you watching these knows, we are an all internet church, 100% internet church, and all we do is bring the gospel of Christ to the internet, the kingdom message to people on the internet while they are on the internet. We do every area of church online, including, of course, our worship. We bring in worship. We do discipleship online. We train our members online. We equip them daily with different programs. We do our evangelism online. We do our administration online, including our own prayer videos. We do everything on the internet. Our fellowship also online. So we are very excited to be doing this program, our very first 40-day program at the Cyber Embassy of Christ that started just a month before Corona made it a reality for every church to be on the internet. Now, this 40 Days of Purpose program is going to literally transform your life. I know that because it transformed my life the first time I did this. It was based on the book written by Rick Warren in his days when he started Saddleback Church way back in California. And everybody that went through that challenge enjoyed a spiritual transformation. And I'm praying and hoping that today your own portion will not be different as you join us in this campaign. But before I go on to do the broadcast of the day, let me introduce some of the people who have been working and praying behind the scenes for this program to be a success, and who are also leading several areas of this. Let me put them up on the screen. Some of them are still trying to join. I have with me Benga Olukosi. Benga is one of our director for the fellowship purpose. He's the one coordinating the fellowship part of this. We also have Pastor Chooks. I think his camera has gone dark for a minute. I just saw him. Pastor Chooks, how are you today? You are looking good. Benga, how are you today? Say hello to people all over the world for this who have joined you all over the world for this 40 Days of Purpose campaign. Is your audio? Oh, I think I have you muted. Okay, I've unmuted you. Sorry. All right. Now, Benga, you talk.
Everyone watching us.
All right. Can you talk now, Benga? I think I have you muted.
Everyone watching us all over the world. I want to welcome you all.
Challenge of internet connection, obviously, over there. I'm looking at them in the studio now, but for some reason, their audio is not coming through. Either way, what we are doing, for those of you who are watching us all over the world, and those who are going to be watching a recorded version of this program. So I'm just going to have to mute them because I can't hear them now. Pastor Chooks, if you can hear me, I will come back to you later. I wouldn't hear you. So I just wanted to make sure I welcome everybody all over the world for joining this live broadcast. And I want to warn you, you are welcome to the Christian No Spin Zone, where we are trying hard to develop agents of global transformation by living the kingdom lifestyle, even as we are here. That is what we are here for today, to answer, to kick off this question that we have been titillating you and tantalizing you with in the last couple of weeks. And today is the kickoff event. What we are doing, what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be more or less prefacing it for you. The program itself involves everyone reading a chapter of this book called The Purpose-Driven Life for themselves on a daily basis for 40 days. There are 40 chapters of that book. We're going to be making copies of this book available to you at the end of this broadcast. And then everybody is required to join a small group where you are going to be discussing once a week. Everybody in the group will get together and they discuss what they have learned for the week. It is an amazing, amazing experience. Trust me if you were to do that. Because when you join the group, when you join a small group, I'm going to give you a link to join a small group. If you have not yet joined one, let me post that up there. So if you have not yet joined a group, you want to join a group at where is it now? Let me get that here. But I'm going to talk more about that later. Anyway, you join a small group, and then the small group gathers through WhatsApp. We have them on WhatsApp. Then they go live on one of the live platforms like Zoom or free conference call to discuss, to have a small group discussion, 10, 15 people together to discuss all the 7 chapters of the week. your insights, what did you learn from it, and all that. There is no right or wrong answer. The important thing is for you to find your purpose in God by yourself. So we do that once a week. Then we gather again on Thursday for the Bible study mastermind, where we're going to have teachers of the law. They're going to come back and we'll discuss the theme for the week. And we'll do that over the next 6 weeks. It is absolutely going to be a game changer. But why do you need to take part in this exercise? That is what I want to share with you quickly. And it is rare for me to actually be in a situation where I actually preach almost the same sermon I preach on Sunday. And I wanted to do that because we actually do have a separate presentation meant for the kickoff, which is what I've just explained. But for many of you joining us here, why do you really want to join? Why should you really work hard to find your purpose? That is what I'm going to be talking about over the next 30 minutes. But before I do that, I want to show a short clip. It's just a 3-4 minute video that will put this in perspective for you. Don't go away. Again, you are at the Cyber Embassy of Christ, the All Internet Church, and we are kicking off the 40 Days of Purpose Challenge that I believe, and I'm believing God for you, that it will lead to a personal transformation in your personal life, in your career, in your business, as you finally come in tune with why God put you on earth here by yourself. Not some pastor telling you what to do, but by you finding out for yourself why you are here. Let me just play these short videos for you as I get the message ready.
Every day they come, looking for someone or something. So when she came in, looking like she had the weight of a well-fed sumo wrestler on her shoulders, I assumed she was looking for a missing husband or a pet chihuahua. But she wasn't. And this would prove to be my toughest case yet. She explained with tears that what she was missing was her purpose, aka a reason to exist. She couldn't identify it because she never really had it, she said. But she believed it was out there. She didn't have any money, but I could see the desperation in her eyes, and agreed to take the case for 2 baby Ruths and to have a smile. The next day I started tracking down the few leads I had. She had given me the names of a few people that seemed to have purpose. There was a lawyer, one Thomas Hickman of 259 Eagle Trace, Joanne Barnes, a nondescript housewife and mother of 3 living in an apartment that wasn't big enough for one, and Fred Milton, pastor of the Covington Street Community Church. Each one of them had agreed to see me, and I spent the next 2 days trying to get to the bottom of what made them tick. On the surface, there was nothing that connected the 3 of them. They all had different family backgrounds, different jobs and career goals. They were educated differently, didn't move in the same circle of friends, didn't make the same money. Then it hit me, like a backhanded slap from one of the Williams sisters. They all claimed to have some kind of close relationship with one Jesus Christ, who they believed to be God. It was strange, but obvious. They couldn't ignore the facts. They had somehow picked up their purpose from him. When I told my client what I had found, she smiled like I was telling her something she already knew. She had just left a meeting with Mrs. Barnes, where, according to her, she was introduced to this Jesus Christ herself. As she walked out of my door for the last time, she left behind a dust cloud of mystery, a bigger mystery than the one she came in with. Who was this man they claimed to know? And how was it that he could give them a purpose for their lives? I wouldn't be able to rest until I found the answers.
Questions. We all have so many questions. From the time we first learn how to talk, we begin asking them. Can I have that?
Why?
Are we
Can
there
I have
yet?
that?
How
Are
much
we
longer?
there yet? How
And
much
we all know
longer?
that the questions don't
And
stop
we all
as
know
we
that
get
the
older.
questions don't stop as we get older.
They just get bigger.
They just
The big
get bigger.
questions in life are
The
those
big
that are shared
questions
by
in life
everyone.
are those that are shared
Questions
by
like,
everyone.
why am I
Questions
here?
like,
What is
why am
my
I
purpose
here?
in life?
What is my
Is there a
purpose in
God?
life?
Is
there
this
a God?
life all there is?
Is this life all there is?
Actually, one of the earliest recorded questions
one
in
of
the
the
Bible is
earliest
found in
recorded
Job
questions in the Bible is
14:14.
found in Job
If a man
14:14.
dies, shall he
If a
live
man
again?
dies, shall he
There are
live
big
again?
questions in life.
There are big
And in the Bible we
questions in
find
life.
not only the
And in the
questions
Bible
we
we
have,
find not only the
but also
questions
the
we
answers
have,
we so
but
desperately
also
need.
the answers we so desperately need.
Amazing, isn't it? That many of us are just like that. We have this question. Some of us ask it boldly. Some of us are afraid to ask it. But the reality is, this is a question every one of us have had to deal with at one point or the other in our lives. That what exactly is the point of life? Why are we here on this earth? And the more we see pandemics happening, all this kind of stuff going on, the more this question becomes very, very relevant. And people have different opinions about it. On Sunday, I showed a video where somebody actually went on the street and was interviewing people as to why exactly do they think they're here on earth. And it's amazing the kind of answers people are giving. Okay, it's the kind of answers people are giving to why they think they are here. Some say they don't know, they don't care. Some think it's just to be happy. Some think it's just to make money. Some think it's just to be there, that there's nothing really that they are doing here. And it's an amazing, but whether we like it or not, this is a question many of us have been contemplating in our secret out of place. But because many of us, because we don't know our purpose, we stay on the treadmill, some of us for years, where we're not going anywhere. We give the illusion of movement. But just like in a treadmill, when you are in a gym, you can run 100 miles still on that treadmill. You have not moved an inch. That is how many of us run our life. We wake up in the morning, we go to our jobs, we work till 8 p.m., we come back, we eat, we sleep, we wake up in the morning and go. And we do like that for 30 or 40 years without really bothering to ask ourselves, why am I doing this stuff? Why am I even here on this earth? And that is what this challenge that we are starting today, hopefully will help every one of us to answer. Because it is a very relevant question. Is there really more to life than just the need to make it to heaven? Because even for those who think they have the purpose, why they are here, many of us in Christendom, I know many of us who are not on this, who are on this thread right now, are not Christians, and I welcome you, because this really is more about you than even more about Christians. Really, this is more about you and I, without any religious appellation, whether Christian, Muslim, Hindu, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Every one of us needs to find our purpose, why we are here, because the question keeps resurfacing. Is there more to this life than just being alive and trying to make it to heaven? Even for us Christians who think we have the solution, many of us operate under this impression that all we need to do is to try to make it to heaven, as if that is the reason why God put us here. And yet, God himself has been very clear that there is more to this, there is more to why he put us here than us trying to make it to heaven. We are called ambassadors of Christ, for instance. Ambassadors do their work outside of the home country. Like I've shared several times before, and I love repeating myself so that we get this in context. If you are a Christian, for instance, why should your focus be on how you are going to get to heaven when they say you are an ambassador of Christ? Ambassadors do not work in the home country. So your work is not in heaven, your work is here, which is why we are taking this thing online and all that. You need to ask yourself, when you become even born again, that is when your work starts. That's not the end. Being born again is not an end in itself, the way many of us in Christendom have sold it as. Being born again is actually the beginning of your assignment. But what about the assignment itself? And that, as I like to repeat and keep saying it over and over until people understand or get to start thinking about it, that there are two gospels in the message, in the Bible. There's the gospel of Jesus Christ and the gospel that Jesus Christ preached. There are two different gospels. Good news. Jesus, the first part is the gospel of Jesus, that the Savior has come. The person is going to take us back to our Father, who is going to reconcile us, who's going to redeem us, has come. That is the gospel of Jesus, the gospel of salvation. But the gospel Jesus Christ himself preached is called the gospel of the kingdom. Jesus himself really did not preach be born again. He mentioned it, I agree, to Nicodemus in John one time in the middle of the night. He used the word be born again twice at night while he was talking to Nicodemus, who didn't understand. Nicodemus had heard that Jesus Christ had brought this kingdom. Jesus is talking about the kingdom. He's talking about the kingdom of God is like this. The kingdom of God is like this. So Nicodemus, being a curious guy, went to meet Jesus at night. That listen, we have heard about all these kingdom things you are talking about. And I know you're a man from God because of the way you are teaching. But how do I get into this kingdom? And Jesus said, you call yourself teacher and you don't even know nothing. That you can't even see that kingdom unless you are born again. Are you guys flowing with me now? That you can't even begin to operate or even understand what I'm talking about. You can't even see it unless you are born again. He said it twice. That's it. Because he was explaining to a guy who wants to know how to operate in the kingdom, how to get in. And that is what the gospel of Jesus Christ is all about. And it's a good gospel. Obviously, you can't even begin to run an assignment unless you have been commissioned. Unless you are in the kingdom, you can't operate in the kingdom. Jesus is the way to the kingdom. You have to accept him and his teachings and what everything is stood for. But the bigger part of your work now is preaching the gospel of the kingdom, which is bringing the influence of God to bear on earth. Many of us in the churches, we are not focusing enough on that. And that's why Jesus is not going to come anytime soon, regardless of any G5 people are talking about, regardless of any corona. There is no end time because Jesus himself said he is not coming again. We don't know when he's going to come for sure, but I know it's not coming right now. How do I know that? Jesus said this gospel of the kingdom will be preached to the whole world, and then the end will come. As we speak, the kingdom message is not even being shared in the church enough. So how much more the whole world? So the issue of end time does not even arise right now. Right now, we have been told to go and share the good news of the gospel. We are busy sharing the gospel of the born again. See where I'm coming from? You know why? Because our work here is so critical that as Christians, that's what you are going to be judged on. The good works you do here. When I preach these things, some people in ignorance think I'm preaching work salvation. No. I'm talking about the work you have to do after you claim that you have been born again. That's when your work starts, because you will be judged based on how well you build on the work that you have been given. And my favorite verse is 1 Corinthians chapter 3. And I encourage everybody who is still having doubts, because if you think that what you are here for is to go out there and just preach the gospel of salvation, you are doing 10% of your work. Arguably the most important 10%, but only 10% nevertheless. Because your real work and what you are going to be evaluated on is on 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verses 10 to 15. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verses 10 to 15. Let me read it for you in case you haven't read it before with the eyes of the Holy Spirit. It said, by the grace of God, by the grace God has given me. This is Paul now, the most knowledgeable Christian in the Bible that we read, at least from the New Testament. After you take out Jesus, Paul is probably the next guy in terms of understanding the gospel thing. He said, by the grace of God, by the grace God has given me, I laid a foundation as a wise builder, and someone else is building on it. But each one should build with care. He's talking about the foundation of Christ, right? In other words, after you have gotten the gospel of Jesus, you already got the foundation. But he now says, for no one can lay any foundation other than the one already laid, which is Jesus. You get me so far? Then verse 12, he says, if anyone builds on this foundation using gold, silver, costly old stones, wood, hay, or straw, their work will be shown for what it is, because the day, capital D, will bring it to light. It will be revealed with fire, and the fire will test the quality of each man's work. If what has been built survives, the builder will receive a reward. If it is burnt up, the builder will suffer loss, but yet will be saved, even though as only one escaping through the flames. Get that part. If it is burnt up, the builder will suffer loss, but yet will be saved, though only as one escaping through the flames. What he's telling you right here, this judgment right here we are reading, is not about unbelievers. This is about people who already have the foundation. Those who don't have the foundation, their own judgment is different. And he's saying you will be judged based on the good works you get. The rewards you get in heaven is going to be based on what you built on that foundation. How well you spread the kingdom, the gospel of the kingdom. How you influence the world for Christ. Because our original mandate was for us to influence this world for Christ. Genesis chapter 1. God has not changed his mind. Man was God's agent to transform this world. When God created everything, he now created man and put man in charge to run his creation for him. And then he created woman to help him in that assignment. That is the original creation. Yeah, we lost it, we messed up and all that in the garden, and Adam went up. But the whole restorative process, the whole redemption plan was to get us back to that original function, that original role that God created for us, which is for us to influence. That's what domination means. When you dominate, you are influencing, changing this world, making this world to be like heaven. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. That's the way Jesus told us to pray. God's kingdom is supposed to come on this earth through you and I. That's our assignment. We are coming somewhere this morning. But so when the church, I'm still dwelling on the church for a second, when you stay on the message of the gospel message, be born again, you are equivalent to a man that they gave a mansion and gave the key into the mansion. They told you to maintain a mansion. They gave you the key to the mansion. But you took the key and you stood outside the door and shouting like, kingdom come. I'm ready to go to heaven. Heaven will fly away. Rapture will meet Jesus in the cloud. You never went inside the building. You never distributed the goods that is in the building. You never managed the goods that is in the building. That is why it is important for us to ask the question. Because like I said, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 10 to 15, Christians will be judged based on their work. Now, it says those who didn't build anything good, it said they will escape. Like somebody who escaped through the fire, telling you that, yeah, you might make it to heaven with no inheritance. Isn't that scary? Some will get rewards. We have in the Bible like 5 or 6 different crowns that will be given for different things done by people who work on the kingdom, right? It means that those whose stuff was burnt up, they didn't win any crowns. In fact, they escaped like somebody who escaped through the fire. Do you want to get to heaven and be serving tea to other Christians? I don't know what heaven is going to be like. I'm not going to presume that I've gone there and I can tell you what it looks like. I don't know, other than what I read in the Bible. But what I do know is that the person who has crown is not going to be enjoying the same privileges as the person who doesn't have a crown. Somebody who was given gifts for doing good works on this earth is not going to have the same privileges as somebody who escaped, like somebody who escaped through the fire. So it is important for us to understand why we are here, because we will be judged based on how well you do that assignment. And this is where I'm going, that is why we are starting this challenge today. I don't want to be the one telling you because I didn't create you. And I always say this thing, is that only the creator of a thing, okay, can really tell people why it was created. Why people might have been driven by different things on this earth, run up and down to make money, to marry, to born children and all that. But I believe God wants us to be purpose-driven, driven by his plan. You know why I know that? Because only the creator of a thing can accurately explain his purpose. So all of us who call ourselves motivational speakers, you want to know your purpose in life, you go and attend a motivational seminar. You go and talk to people. I don't know where that echo is coming from. I don't know if it's from me. All right. Let me take out. All right. I don't know if my audio is still clear. Only the creator of a thing can explain his purpose. I'd like to use a very good example. I'm holding an object in my hand. Hopefully you guys can see through. You can see this object. If I were to ask every one of you to type on the screen what this object is for, I guarantee you I'm going to get like 10 or 20 different answers. You know why? Even if I give it to you and you look at it, you are still going to give me different answers of why you think this thing was made. But the real correct answer of what this thing is about can only come from the maker, the person who created it. Is the only one that knows why he went into the lab to create this thing. He's the only one that knows his motivations for creating this thing. He's the only one that knows the purpose for which it was created. So nobody else, no motivational speaker can tell it. So same way, if you were created by man, okay, if you are created by God, man cannot tell you your purpose, no matter how intelligent. They can only try, they can only give you. But the only person that can tell you your purpose is your creator. And if you believe that God created you, then you know the person to go to find the purpose of why you are here is your creator, not your pastor, not Pastor O, not that intelligent guy, not Les Brown, not any of those very sweet-mouthed motivational speakers. They have their place. Don't misunderstand me. I'm a big guy. I follow a lot of motivational speakers. I'm a motivational speaker myself. But our job is to help you fulfill your purpose, not to help you find it. You have to find it yourself by asking the person who created you. And that is what the whole 40 Days of Purpose campaign is about. And I'm going to encourage you to join us on this journey. Because over the next 40 days, we are going to go to our creator. That is, if you don't believe God created you, then I can't help you. You need to get off this thread right now because I can't help you. We believe, and I want to believe every reasonable human being out there, believe that somebody created us. God created us. We are too ordered. All that thing they're telling you about Big Bang Theory and all that, even Big Bang Theory, somebody must have lead the news anyway. So my point is that somebody created us. And if somebody created us, that's the only person that can tell you where you are, why you are here. So we're going to go on that journey together. And we're going to read that passage, one chapter every day, and we will meditate on it. So that at the end of the 40 days, God can tell each one of us individually why we are here, including even the kind of profession we should go into. There's a chapter there that actually tells you how to figure out what God has put you on this earth to do. There's a reason why I am very argumentative, for instance. There's a reason why I was born a black man. There's a reason why I have the kind of intelligence I have. There's a reason why I know the kind of things I know. God that created it. When you create something, you put what that thing needs to perform the function, right? Same way, when God created you, he put all the things that you need to do what he put you here. Our problem is when we don't know that purpose, we start trying to chase after purposes that other people told us is good. We start chasing after things that appears good to us, and then we miss it. And when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So when you don't know your purpose, you're going to abuse your purpose in creation. Every one of us has been put here for different things. Some have been put here to be megastars. Some have been put here to be a small role that will transform others. But when we don't know our purpose, and I want to beg you, if you are watching this, follow us in this 40 Days of Purpose challenge. I'm going to explain again at the end of my presentation how you can join as a member and how you can belong to a group. How you can belong to a group. Please try. You don't have to be a member of the Cyber Embassy of Christ to follow us on this journey. This is an individual thing about you, because when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. When you apply yourself to what God has not created you for, you're going to get in trouble. Look at this woman right here, the person who created the oil and the water that she put in her hand. There's a purpose for it. But when she abused the purpose, see what happened to her. Follow me, just a 30-second video.
Hey, boys, I am here with a stuck indoors coronavirus workout video. Y'all got a treadmill? Don't worry, guys. I got you right here. I got you right here. Okay, take you a little bit of oil. Okay, not too much. Right? Take you a little bit of water. Right? Okay. Y'all run a little bit. Dad, stop recording! Stop recording, JJ. That's
Good.
Stop.
Good.
No, I'm not. Stop. No, I'm not. Are you serious, bro? Stop. Are you serious, bro? Stop.
All right. So all of you can see what happened there. Hopefully that video was played well out there. That lady abused the purpose for which the oil was created and the water and all that, and you all saw what happened. Many of us are like that. We are the... Oh, that was echo. All right. Let me play it again. Oops, sorry. Sorry, that was echo. Okay, my apologies for that. The video is basically trying to show you a woman who did not know the purpose for which something was created. Let me I don't know if I can bring her up here. I forgot to mute myself while showing that video. Typically when you are showing the video, you actually show the I'm supposed to mute myself, but I forgot. But let me see. I already took the video out. I don't know if I can bring it back for 1 second. It's a 1 second video, but a 1 minute video. But it is important for you to actually flow with it, because it is teaching all of us a very important message. Let me see if I can find it again. All right, here's the video here. I'm going to try to see if I can. Okay, you got it. Okay, fantastic. Somebody said they got the video. Thank you so much, Adiola. All right, my point here, so that we don't waste time so much on that. My idea is that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. When the purpose of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. And we just saw that. And we want to make sure we know our purpose for being on this earth, so that we can be prepared for evaluation. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 10 to 15 made it clear that we are going to be evaluated, even if after you have accepted Christ. Forget those who didn't even accept Christ. Their own a long thing, a whole different matter entirely that we're going to cover even in this 40 days challenge. But I'm even talking about those of us who think that we are in the way, who thinks that we're already in the way, even though many of us don't even probably are not there. But Jesus said the way to the Father is very narrow. All right, and then the road that leads to hell is very wide. So when you see millions of people following one direction, more than likely they are not in the right way. I don't want to go deep into that today, because then I'll get distracted by the arguments. But my point is, the greatest discovery in life is not being born again, but finding your purpose, because you will be evaluated by your purpose. So when you get born again and you are doing nothing, it's like Adam in the garden doing nothing to run what God has told him. Our purpose has not changed. God did not say, oh, the reason why I created man is different after Adam. It was an original purpose of man to run, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and dominate this earth for Christ. He's talking about the people, the systems of the universe. Now, I'm not talking about land of just going to till the garden. Maintaining God's presence, God's influence on earth. And that's what Jesus taught for 3.5 years. And yet we will try to rubbish all of that as Christians and say you don't need to do all those things that Jesus said, because once you plead the blood of Jesus, everything is gone. No, I don't think so. I do not think so. As a matter of fact, I've been arguing that if you don't do the works of Jesus and you plead the blood of Jesus, you're actually putting a curse on yourself, because the words of Jesus cannot be divorced from his blood. As a matter of fact, remember, people who killed him said, let the consequence of this death, of his blood, let it be on us and our children, generation to generation. The people who refused Jesus, the spirit of the Antichrist, people who rejected him. So if you don't accept him, and when I mean accept him, you cannot say you accept Jesus and then you don't want to do his works. That part is hard. That's why pastors don't teach it. When Jesus gave his manifesto, the Sermon on the Mount, he basically introduced a kingdom that is even harder than the one you are coming from before. And Holy Spirit is the one that is supposed to help you navigate it. He said Moses told you that when you kill somebody, you have committed murder. But I'm telling you, when you look at another person in anger, you have committed murder in your heart. Which one is harder? That's what Jesus brought. And he went on and was telling us, if a man forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 10 miles. Are you seeing now? That was Jesus introducing himself in the Sermon on the Mount. That is the kingdom. And for 3.5 years, that's what he preached. The kingdom of God is like, then he gave you the parable of the talents. A man went on a journey. He gave his property to his servants. Then he comes back to judge them. How well have they done? And you saw what happened. The one that didn't multiply his seeds, you saw how they threw him out. The one that multiplied and got stuff from it, they gave him present. Same way for you as a Christian brother. God has given every one of us our talents. And when the day of judgment comes, contrary to what we are thinking, that you are going to live in heaven in bliss forever. I'm sorry for you if you don't do the work. I'm not saying it's easy. I myself am struggling mightily with so many parts of it. So let's not get it confused. I'm not here trying to pontificate and tell you that I'm the only one living in the kingdom. No. But I'm not frustrated knowing that if I'm not getting the rewards from the kingdom that I expect. Because the kingdom of God is the kingdom of righteousness. As a kingdom means there's a king and there are subjects. And in a kingdom, you get rights based on your obeying the rules of the kingdom. Like an American, when you are born in America, you're automatically an American, right? Same way when you get born again, you're now in the kingdom of Christ. But you don't get the benefits of America without doing what it takes. You don't pay taxes. You don't obey the laws. They throw you in jail. That is the same way the kingdom of God works. It's a kingdom of righteousness. It's a kingdom that works based on the teachings of Christ. But we miss that. And then we go to night vigil. We do any way we want on the morning. Then we go to night vigil and then we plead the blood of Jesus. And we're expecting that Jesus will cancel all the consequences of that our life. I don't think so. Does your experience in life mirror that? After you pleaded the blood of Jesus at night, don't you still face the consequences of what you did on this earth? Look here. Remember what I said? This is a Christian no-spin zone. That's not true. God in heaven might have forgiven you, but on this earth, a man will reap exactly what he sowed. Do not be deceived. A man shall reap what he sowed. So if you sowed wickedness in the morning, and you go to night vigil, and you plead the blood of Jesus, guaranteed, take it to the bank. Pastor O said it. You will reap the result of that wickedness in this earth. I don't know about heaven, but we are here now. And you want to live a good life. You want to be rich. You want to be healthy. Why do you think we're having corona now? When people start manipulating nature and they are not careful about it, the whole world reaps the reward. Don't say only Chinese. When David sinned, in fact, when God brought his pestilence, David was not even sick to start with. At least we are lucky that some of our own leaders who are involved in mess, they are dealing with it. When God put pestilence on Israel after David had messed up, the angel of death started killing Israelites. Not David. In fact, David is the one that went to beg. Meanwhile, David is the one that committed the sin. So when our leaders start doing rubbish, start doing eugenics, start doing all this manipulation of genes, DNA manipulation in the laboratory, and we as citizens, we don't scream, we don't shout. When the rewards come, we are the ones that are going to reap it. 40-something thousand people dead in America. Nobody has died in Donald Trump's house. Nobody. Many of the legislators, how many of them have died? Those people working in the lab, in Chechen or wherever they started this rubbish from, how many of them are dead? Do not be deceived. A man, a nation, a country, a world will reap what it sows. So the greatest discovery in life is about finding your purpose. Let me go back to my message here. All right, you need to know your purpose because that is the basis for your evaluation, and that's what we are doing. Today, in this broadcast, we are starting the 40 Days of Purpose Challenge. For those of you joining us, where over the next 40 days, every one of us will find out the specific purpose for which God created us. Not from man. Man can only help you when you have found out where you are going. Man cannot take you into the direction when he didn't create you. Man cannot tell you your purpose because man did not create you. So we are running that journey for all of us to come in tune. It is an individual as well as a group exercise. Individually, you are going to read a chapter a day. And that chapter will now ask you some probing questions for you to meditate about. Let the Holy Spirit show you. You are going to get to the part about your shape, the kind of work you are supposed to do in the kingdom when you're not in the kingdom. there's going to be lessons, the exercises that you can take. Some of you will find out that you're in the wrong profession. Some of you will find out that you have been chasing the wrong things. Some of you will look at everything God has given you. You are going to do it yourself, not me. Every man shall look for his own salvation by fear and trembling, people. Myself, I'm hustling to find my own salvation by fear and trembling, by reading this thing and repurposing my life again anywhere that I think I might be going wrong with it. God has created everything for a specific purpose. Make no mistake. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 4. The Lord made everything for his own purposes. Even the wicked he created for the days of disaster. Can you believe that? Just like many of us who are ignorant, every time evil happens, we blame the devil. Just like this corona, and I always ask people, really, particularly Christians, the same Christians will tell you that devil has been defeated, devil has no power, devil is in hellfire, and the next breath, they are blaming devil for something that happened. So I'm asking them, are you confused? If all power belongs to God, where did the devil get the power that he's using? You got to take hey, don't get upset. This is the no spin zone. Remember, you are right now in the Christian no spin zone. I'm not going to spin it for you because this is stuff I've thought about myself. If really, 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 devil has no power, where did he get the power he was using? So that tells you something. That everything that happens, there is nothing that happens outside of the permission of God. We saw that in the book of Job. The Bible was clear. When the children of God, when they went to God, we were told that Job went with them. All right? That Job went with them, not the verse I wanted, but you all guys all know the verse. Job chapter 2, verse 10. Job chapter 2, verse 10 is where Job was telling his wife, I think, telling his wife that, listen, will I take good from God and not take the bad? Because Job was a very intelligent man. His wife was trying to tell him, see, the men of God went to see God, and they said Satan went with them. You have to ask yourself, see, pause your Bible right there. If Satan is in hell, what is he doing in the meeting with children of God? Because this book was written when man has already been created. So this was not before the fall. They said the children of God went to meet God for a meeting, and then devil went with them. So which means to me, devil still has access to heaven. He's not in hell yet. In fact, Revelations made it clear that hell has not even yet opened for business. Go check it, guys. Don't take my word. Revelations was clear that on the final day when Jesus settles all matter, he will open up hell. Hell is covered now. He's going to tell the angel to open it up, and then he's going to throw the devil in the pit, and then everybody that are on his side, they are going to go inside that pit, and that lake of fire will burn forever. So the lake of fire that you are casting people to right now is not even open for business. It's ignorance. Go read your scripture. I'm not saying those who died now in heaven, they are in a holding pattern. Go and read the story of Lazarus. There's some kind of holding pattern there. Those who are doing good, they're on one side. Those who are doing bad, they're on another side. But the real hellfire is not yet open for business. So Satan is still going about to and fro, looking for who to destroy, who to kill. Why? Because the power that God gave him has not been taken away from him. You got to get knowledge here. Okay, but coming back to the story, Job went. The angels went to God. Devil was there. And he told God that, listen, this is your boy that is doing great, that you are boasting about. It's because you are protecting him. Give me permission, let me go deal with him, and then you will see that he will not like you anymore. So basically, God and Satan, that is supposed to be in hellfire, Mr. Christian, who think you know everything, is having a bet with God inside heaven. And then they started torturing Job on earth. Job did not know that he was subject of a contest between God and the devil. So they are out there looking at him. Overnight, he lost all his money, lost his wife, boils everywhere. The man is crying. So his wife is looking at him now and saying, ha, Bobomi, Bagbe, this is your God. Curse him and let us just die. Because in those days, they believe that if you curse God, you're going to die on the spot. God has been really lenient with us these days. So in those days, God doesn't play. You mess around, you are dead. like there. But now God is still like, okay, grace has come. Okay, these people, let me be looking at them. At least let me give the opportunity to see if they will come to their senses before they die. So when his wife was complaining, Job said something in Job chapter 2, verse 10. He said, you talk like a foolish woman. Should we accept only good things from the Lord and never anything bad? Because Job had wisdom. He understood that no bad can come upon him except the one that is permitted by God. That is deep. Once you get that, a lot of stuff will start straightening out in your life. Even Jesus, when they said they are going to go kill him, you know, when Jesus, they are trying him, Jesus was looking at them, was looking at all of them like, see, these are idiots. He didn't say nothing. Then when they said this man called himself Son of God, Jesus said, okay, this one I'm going to answer. Yeah, I'm the Son of God. It is for this reason that I came, self. So that man, the Son of Man can be made manifest. The Son of God can be made manifest to children of light. I have come to redeem them. So what? And then they are saying that don't you know I have power to kill you? And Jesus laughed. Every time I watch the movie about Jesus, I said they didn't do that part well. He was looking too serious. When they asked him, don't you know that I have the power to kill you? When the Roman representative, I think they should have made that scene where Jesus just laughed. He should have just laughed. But Jesus didn't laugh. He was looking too serious. He said, listen, I can bring down the host of heaven right now and finish you in 1 second. But it is the will of my Father that if you guys want to kill me, kill me. I've asked him to take it away. He didn't accept. No problem. At least I'm paraphrasing now. Because remember, he prayed in the garden for God to remove the cup from him. And God said, no, go ahead and do the assignment. And he said, okay, your will, not my will. So he told the governor right there, that is the will of my Father I'm doing. But if you are not for that, you ordinary you. My point, even Jesus recognized. And he tried to teach us that if anything is happening to us, the first place we go is not even Satan. It's not losing and binding. It is to first go to God. What did I do wrong, King? You are in a kingdom. If you are arrested by the police on the streets, it's your first question not to ask the police, who's the authority of the government, right? To say, why did you pull me over? You don't start losing and binding the devil right there now, do you? So why do you operate the kingdom different? When something bad happens to you, the first place you go is to go to God. David demonstrated it many times. Jesus demonstrated it. Father, why is this thing happening to me? And God will communicate. If you are patient, He will tell you why what is happening. And sometimes it's because you did something wrong. Sometimes you didn't even do anything wrong. It's just part of the plan. Whatever it is, God has a way of revealing Himself to us if we ask Him. But what do we do as Christians? We simply gather people together, go to night vigil, and then we start binding and losing. Somebody who already had permission from heaven. You didn't go to heaven first to go and revoke that permission. Somebody has power to flog you. And then he's flogging you. You are trying to fight him, even though it's a spirit bigger than you. You didn't go and meet the person who gave him rope and say, Daddy, why do you allow this man to be beating me? Now, please tell him to stop. What have I done wrong? And then your father will tell you what you need to do to put yourself in order. I don't mean to go deep into all of this stuff today. I just want to let you guys know why it is important for all of us to take the issue of going these 40 days of purpose very serious, to answer the question, why am I here on earth? Because God gave us a mandate all the way from Genesis chapter 1. He told us to be fruitful, to multiply, to replenish, and have dominion for Him. Jeremiah, I don't want to even go in there. That would distract me further. Because Jeremiah understood why purpose is so key. And that's why he was talking in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 15, that before you formed me, before I was formed in the womb, you knew why I was born. You set me aside. Now, the fact that Jeremiah was called to be a prophet does not mean you and I have called to be a prophet too. That's another thing we get wrong in Christendom. We take a Bible passage where God was talking to somebody else, and we claim that's us. I understand about Rema. I understand about claiming some Rema. But we also need to be careful. The fact that Jeremiah was called to be a prophet does not mean that you and I have been called to be a prophet. Some of us have been called to be a carpenter in the kingdom. Some of us, like me, have been called to empower pastors. That's why I tell people I am not a pastor in the traditional sense. Even this Cyber Embassy of Christ team, before this year is over, 2020, mark my words, I'm going to hand it over to somebody else to pastor. I will go back to my role. My role is to help pastors do what they do better. My own is to teach the kingdom of God on earth, doing my live broadcast, doing my things the way I know. Jeremiah was called to be a prophet. Some of us have been called to be prophets. Some have been called to be apostles. Some have been called to be teachers. Some have been called to just be there to encourage people. These 40 days of purpose will show you your role. Some of us have been miscast by the world, and God up there is looking and looking at you. There's a reason why you have that compassion in your heart. There's a reason why some things appeal to you. There's a reason some things don't appeal to you. Those are pointers. I'm giving you a preview of some of the chapters. Let me not go there. Man needs to understand his assignment before he can fulfill it. The tragedy is that most of us have no idea why we are here. So we end up doing the wrong assignment. And I'm telling you today, guys, you want to follow us on this 40 Days of Purpose campaign. Doing the wrong assignment very well will never get you a pass mark. What is not worth doing is not worth doing at all. Or is not worth doing well. What is not worth doing at all is not worth doing well. That's a saying somebody said somewhere, and I thought it was very apt. What is not worth doing at all is not even worth doing well. All right, I hope you guys are still flowing with me. I'm about to wrap up and send you to go start reading this book. If you are still with me online, I want to hear from you. This is a contact service, okay? Internet broadcast is not for you to just hear me and I'm some kind of movie that you're watching. We're supposed to have interaction on this. So if you have questions, comments, please post it. I'm seeing your comments right here, and some of them I will answer, all right? So let's start bringing this thing down. So doing the wrong assignment will not help you. So it is critical to know why you're here, so that you're not shocked at the time of your evaluation. I've just read 1 Corinthians chapter 3, 10 to 15 for you. So what are the benefits of knowing my purpose in life? There are many benefits. Number one, it will reduce frustration for you if you know why you are here. That's why you want to do this 40 Days of Purpose challenge, so that you can find out, so that you can stop being frustrated. Because many people are frustrated with their life because they don't even know why they're here. They are confused. They are working hard, but they don't seem to be getting the fulfillment. They don't seem to be going anywhere. But when you know your purpose, you are going to stop being frustrated. When you know your purpose, by the time you follow us on this 40 Days of Purpose challenge that is starting today, it will increase your motivation. When you know what to do, ask yourself that question. Anytime that you know what you're supposed to be doing, you know you get energy. People always wonder, where do I get all this energy I get from? It's because many times I know what I'm supposed to be doing at any point in time. I don't do stuff for long because that is my makeup. That's the reason why my creator made me like that. Some people always wonder, why do you do this one today? The next one you do that. Next, are you my creator? My creator has created me to be a catalyst. That's why I went into the entertainment industry, showed them how to do some management of artists. When I felt that I've created my impact, I left. I did crypto one time. That didn't work out, but I did one I can do there. My job is to be a catalyst. Don't compare yourself to me. I have a motivation for everything I do every time. This is Corona season. That's the reason why I'm so excited. Every day I wake up trying to do a live broadcast concerning the kingdom. People are telling me, some of my friends say, this is the time to really make money as an internet executive. But how many things have I sold? Since I've not even sold anything. Maybe I'll start doing a training that people will pay me for by next week. I wanted to use the first 6 weeks to actually do kingdom work. It does not know that I don't know I'm leaving a lot of money on the table, but that's why I'm put here. What I'm doing right now is why God put me on earth, to help many of you. I'm not going to tell you your purpose. I'm trying to figure mine out too. Figure out your own. Do this with us. When you know your purpose, you'll be motivated. When you know what you're supposed to be doing, you're not confused when you wake up in the morning. When you know your purpose, you will be motivated to move on every day. If you know your purpose, you will be concentrated on what you're supposed to be doing. You're not going to be scattered like me. I know my purpose is to help start as many things as possible before I die. I know that. So if I can start 100 companies, I'm within my purpose. If I can help 1 million pastors to get started online, I'm fulfilling my purpose. If I can help as many artists to release their albums, I'm doing my purpose. My job is to be a catalyst for people. That's why I motivate young people a lot. But I always tell them, I won't create your purpose for you. You have to find it. My job is to be a catalyst to help you. What is yours? You are going to be able to find out. You are going to be able to find out during these 40 days of purpose campaign. I'm going to take some questions as I'm going to assess. It's interactive. Let me just take a couple more points, then I'll take some questions and then we end. I've already said it, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 10. Knowing your purpose is what prepares you for God's evaluation. God is not going to evaluate you based on an assignment he didn't send you. You have to understand that. If I send my son to go to my office and bring my bag, or to bring the computer from there, or rather, let me put it more of a work. I told him, go to my office. Your job is to clean that office, tidy it up, make sure, because I'm expecting some very important guests. But my son goes out. I gave him my car to go. He goes out with my car. He goes to change the tires. He goes to wash it, but he never went to the office to go clean it up and get it ready. When it's time for me to evaluate him, am I going to give him a pass mark? The work I gave him, he hasn't done, even though he did something else very well. The devil is very happy for you to do an assignment you have not been sent very well. Because he knows when that time for evaluation comes, God is not going to evaluate you based on what you did well, but on whether you fulfilled your purpose. There's a reason why every one of us was shaped the way we are. There's a purpose for it, and you will find that out if you go through this 40 days of purpose challenge. Don't let man deceive you. Don't let me deceive you. You need to connect with your God yourself by reading a chapter a day for 40 days. And every chapter after you read it, take another 30 minutes to think, to meditate, to commune with your God so that you can get direction. By the time we get to the third or fourth week, we are going to get to the place about the kind of job you should be doing, the kind of work you should do, the kind of things you should get involved with. You read it and then you talk to God. I hope you are feeling me, guys. I'm going to take your questions now. Okay, so it will ensure God's blessings on you. I've said that also before. You cannot expect blessings in the kingdom when you're not following the rules, when you're not following the purpose. Just like you are not going to reward your son if you told him to go and sweep the house, but he goes outside there to go and put your cloth on the clothesline. You come back from work, he has not made the house, he has not cleaned the house. You're not going to reward him because he's not doing the purpose for which you sent him. And remember, even the little things we create. If you create something, if you do a bottled water, and that bottled water is not tasting well, what do? You throw it away if it's not fulfilling its purpose. That's what 1 Corinthians 3:10 is saying. You're not going to reward people who are not doing what you told them to do. So how do we discover this purpose? That's what I just said. We want to go on a journey, a 40 days journey, individual and group, where for 40 days, we're going to read a book. And I believe, I don't care what Rick Warren is doing right now. I don't care what he's involved with. For some of you will say, oh, the man is not pushing for one world economy, ecumenism and all that. And that is against the Bible. I don't even know what that meant. I said, don't even disturb me. That book, Purpose-Driven Life, was inspired from the throne of heaven. When you read it, you will know what I'm talking about. Everybody who has read that book have left it transformed. You read a chapter a day yourself. I'm not reading for you. I'm reading my own. You read your own, and then every 7 days we gather together in small groups and we discuss it. Then we come on Thursday. Then we have a big Bible discussion like this. I'm going to have 4 people every Thursday, and we will discuss what we learned for that week. That's it. We'll do that for 6 weeks. We are good. There are some programs in between, of course, but that is the main essence. So you can join us, okay? And you are going to get a certificate, definitely, okay? You're going to get a certificate for doing this purpose. We're going to give everybody a certificate just to as a kind of acknowledgement. All right, but we're going to come back to what Mary is saying. I know it's different, but I'm coming back to that. You need to join the purpose 40 days of purpose from today. Today we're going to give out all the materials in the small groups, and the first day of reading starts tomorrow morning. Each reading for each day is going to take you less than 20 to 30 minutes. And you owe that to yourself. in this lockdown. At least you owe that to yourself. Wake up, read for yourself, then ponder on the questions at the end of each chapter. You're going to get that book in a minute. So if you have not yet joined, okay, you thousands already joined. We already have them in small WhatsApp groups. If I look at one WhatsApp group recently, I think there's like 200 people. I'm like, that's too much. All right. And I was trying to recognize Pastor Eric. If you can post to me on my WhatsApp the list of the top 4 group leaders. I really wanted to reward them on this broadcast. I've been asking you to give me, but we can do that later. All right. So you can join us at 40dop.disabaembassy.org or 40dopchallenge.com. Both of them will take you to the same place. If you have not already signed up, it's a free challenge. You sign up, then it will direct you to join a small group, and then you join a small group, and then they will give you the free copy of the ebook that we're going to be reading. You get a workbook, and then you get a reading plan. And then you're going to be part of a small group on WhatsApp where you guys will be discussing what you're learning every day, right? So you want to go there and join now. So I will help you over the next 40 days. I will summarize, and then I'm done. Number 1, make sure you sign up as a participant. 40dopchallenge.com. When you have finished signing up, you join a small group at 40dopchallenge.com/groups. It is that small group that will help you with discussions. They meet once every 7 days, right? But the group will be on WhatsApp. So even every day you can post questions. You guys can have debate questions on the chapter for the day. I think that will even work better for you. So day 1, you guys will have a discussion. You have an hour of the day that you discuss. But internet is 24/7. So even if you post a question today at 8 a.m., somebody will respond to you. So make sure you join a WhatsApp group. Go to 40dopchallenge.com/groups. So from there, your group leader will give you access to the materials you need. They are going to be posting it on the groups as we speak now. Right after this broadcast, all the leaders of almost 1,000 people that have registered, they will start posting in their separate groups so that you can have the book. You're going to get the purpose-driven book, you're going to get the workbook, and you're going to get the reading plan. And the next thing you want to do is you want to read a chapter a day. Don't rush it. Don't on day 1, which is tomorrow. Don't go and read 3 days together. That's not the way to really, really get this thing to transform you. You read a chapter. You can read it again 3 times if you need to read it again. And then there are 2 or 3 pauses at the end of each chapter. Make sure you ponder about it, pray about it, meditate about it. And then you get the answers for yourself for that chapter. And then if you now want to be discussing it in the group, feel free to chat in your WhatsApp group. But the group itself will meet formally for a live meeting, each small group for a live meeting. Thank you for joining. I saw Pastor Chus coming back in. I was expecting you. We're about wrapping up. All right. So from there, you read every day a chapter. There are 40 chapters in the book. Perfect. So 40 days, 40 chapters. Then every Wednesday, you join your small group, okay, for online discussions. And because this is the first time this is being done all over the internet, okay, you can also have your daily discussions. Let me go look for the link for the group. It's for the book. You have to join the 40 Days of Purpose Challenge to get the book sent to you. So if you need to join, those of you are already asking for the book. If you have not yet joined a small group, you need to go to dopchallenge.com, 40DOP Challenge, or 40dop.disabaembassy.org. You have to register there because your email is what we're going to use to send you the link to download the materials. So it's important for you to join. We are not going to publish that here on this broadcast. But with this link, once you sign up, you get a link to join a small group. The materials are being given in the small groups. So I don't want you to be confused. The small groups are on WhatsApp. All right. So every Wednesday, you join. Let me just finish this. You join online discussion of your group. Then on Thursday, you want to attend the weekly participants Bible Mastermind. This is like kind of discussion, like a CNN type of thing, We're going to bring 4 people together, 4 or 5 people, group leaders. They're going to discuss about what we learned for that week. And then you also will be able to participate from wherever you are in the world. You're going to be able to post your own questions, and we're going to be able to discuss it. And of course, you want to go to your assigned groups. If you want to join a group, you go to 40dopchallenge.com. Now, let me take some questions. That's it. That is how we are going to rock this. Then each week, so that you know, at the end of every 7 days, there will be a self-assessment quiz that will be posted on our special Facebook group. We have a private Facebook group for those who are participating in this challenge. We are going to post a quiz there. You have to take that quiz. It's a self-assessment quiz. Nobody is going to arrest you for whatever you answer. But the quiz helps you to conceptualize what you have learned for that week. And then we are going to give a badge, a digital badge every week after you complete the quiz. Only those who finish, who do all the 7 quizzes for the next 6 weeks will get a certificate. We're going to send you a certificate. And in addition to that, they are going to be rewarded. Those who take this, let me throw that bombshell out there now. We have a TCE Academy where we are going to be training people on how to empower themselves to make money online, to be able to go into business on the internet. We have created an academy for Cyber Embassy members. But everybody who participates in the 40 Days of Purpose Challenge and who finish with us, the only way we're going to know you participated is every week you take the quiz. So we have a record. When all of that is done, we're going to give free access to everybody who took part. Now, that's a $497 for one course program. And I think I have about 7 there. But you got to be able to access it for free after you have successfully completed this 40 Days of Purpose Challenge. That's my own reward to you. I don't have to do it. Remember, this is you trying to connect with your God. But I feel that for those who are disciplined enough and who followed us enough on this, let us reward them. And then as the week is going by, I'm also going to be giving away cash prizes for maybe people who answer the quiz, the first few people to answer the quiz, all that kind of thing to make this as interesting as possible. Obviously, I'll also be having a daily short live call to talk about this. All right, so let me take some questions from those of you who have questions. So if you have questions before we go, let me put the link for you to join here. For those of you who have not joined, you want to go to the 40 days, 40dopchallenge.com or any of the other links. All right, now let me take your question. Josephine wants to know, hope this video will remain because some of us late was in service. Yes, the video is going to be permanently on our church Facebook account, the Cyber Embassy on Facebook. It's also going to be posted. I'm going to put it on YouTube. Then I'm going to post the link in all the small groups so that those of you who didn't watch the whole thing, you can watch from the beginning. Thank God for the internet. This is the first time the 40 Days of Purpose is being done on the internet. And we are so excited to be the first church to do an exclusively online version. So, and it's easier than even the physical one because a lot of stuff you can catch up on the physical one. If you don't go to home study during the weekend, you miss it. But this one, even the studies that they had, all the records will be on your group. All right. All right. Omotumbi, I hope you have registered. It says you will discover soon. Okay, let me pull up. I just wanted to make sure I answer all the questions. Here, Omotumbi says, is winning a soul and praying kingdom prayers the only work on earth for believers? Exactly. Even just thinking about that, you know that can't be. Otherwise, we are not doing every part of the kingdom. But you will find out. Again, my job is not to tell you. Your job is to find out by contacting your maker why we are here. All right. Mary says she's with me. Carry on. I must know my purpose. You have to. I love you, my sister. You are doing a great job. That's one of our top group leaders, and she is doing awesome. When you go to the groups page, you will see all our current group leaders, and you are free to join any of the. Let me see, where is it? Where is the group? Okay, that's the group link. If you have already signed up and you want to take a group, you want to join a small group, you go to 40dopchallenge.com/groups so that you can pick any of those groups and join. Right? Multiple our evaluation is based on the assignment executed. 40 days, we get to know more. Thank you. Get to connect you with your assignment. Come on, guys. I want to hear your questions and comments before we call it a day. We are done with the broadcast itself. Supposed to be 75 minutes. So we are like 4 minutes over it now. So we are done. And I want to encourage you guys, if you have not yet joined the 40 Days of Purpose Challenge, go sign up 40dopchallenge.com. If you have already signed up and you need to be part of a group, go to 40dopchallenge.com/groups. Somebody post it on the chat for me so that those who are not, who come late can get this. All right. Joy Oyeshola said, this is right on time for me. I thank God for this. Thank you and more grace. Bless you, Joy. I look forward to working with you over the next 40 days. Sign up, join a small group, and be active. And then every day we are going to have a short live broadcast from me just talking about the topic for the day, just a short thing to readdress us again for those of us to make sure every one of us is reading this. All right. Josephine says you are already registered online. Fantastic. Again, I love putting this up. It is important for you to do that, to join a small group if you have already signed up. All right. Any more questions here? Mary says, I need to follow my purpose in life. Temitope Alabi is laughing. I don't know if he was laughing at that video that I showed. Sorry that the audio for that audio video was poor. All right. Pat Maworo says, God created all things for his own purpose. Pastor Pat is one of our purpose directors at the Cyber Embassy of Christ, one of the people who are actually organizing this, praying and working hard. He is also one of the group leaders. So if you want to join his group, you can go to the 40dopchallenge.com/groups and look for him there. We have, I think, about 20 or 25 groups already set up. Some groups are too large. We are going to be breaking them up because the idea is we want each group to not be more than 20 to 30. Because if it is too much, the discussion cannot be direct. One group has 200 people. I'm going to be talking to the group leader after giving him his award. And we're going to break that group up into appoint 4 new leaders that he appoints himself so that he can oversee that group. All right, but we're going to be doing that in the back end. Your own job right now is to go register 40dopchallenge.com. All right, in the absence of any, I just want to make sure I take as many questions as I can. Many of you are joining from different countries. I've seen Togo, I've seen Ghana, I've seen Kenya, I've seen Nigeria. Can you do me a favor? Just type where you are watching this from. I just want to get another idea with how many countries we are reaching right now. Just type your country, where you're joining from, city and country, so that we can celebrate you. Kwesi Senyo says he's so winning. I think we're engaging in advanced prayers, the ultimate role of a Christian. It is the beginning and not necessarily the whole thing, but you will find out as you read this. Somebody says my voice has an echo. I don't know how that is. Whether that is correct, let me check this. Kwesi Senyo says he's so winning. I think we're no, my voice is clear. I think it's your Chinese computer. I've told you before. Douglas from Kenya, you need to get an American computer or something, or Canadian. These Chinese ones don't work. All right, I see. All right, I see. Okay, Temitope from Lagos, Prince from Kenya, Buki from Baltimore, US. Amazing. All right, guys, I'm glad. Come on now, post. I want to see you all here to be sure you're on this live broadcast. Come on now, Joyce Oyeshola from Nigeria. Good to see you guys. Senyo Ghana from Accra. And then we have, come on now, keep punching it. Romo Sele, I love that name. One of my best friends growing up is Romo Sele from Abuja. Okay, well, you guys, I appreciate you guys for watching this broadcast. And if you have not yet signed up, either you have not yet joined a group. Let me pull up that link as I bring this service to a close. That is how you join a group. If you have not yet joined as a member, you need to go to 40dopchallenge.com only. After you have joined, it will direct you to the group. All right. Okay, that is where you join, because many of you I'll probably not join you. Let me pull up. I'm looking for that link so that oops. I think this is it. Okay, this is the group here, right? All right, so it's 40 days, 40dopchallenge.com. All right, I see Berera from Indiana, USA. Adetitu says, I'm so glad to be part of this broadcast. I'm glad to have you. Olori Oluwashikemi from Ibadan. Okay, good to see you. Okagbare Matthew says, I know it will be explosive. Praise be to God. Yes, yes, yes. You are also blessed because joining this will give me great joy, particularly for many of you who are going to end up being transformed. As far as I'm concerned, I always tell people, if I only got one person to be transformed during these 40 days of purpose, I've done my bit. That one person can go on and help 1,000 people. But imagine if we can get 10,000 to do this. Right now, I think the total number of registered people we have about 1,000 or so in those groups, 1,010 from 2 hours ago that I counted. But what if that 1,010 people becomes 10,000 over the next 1 week? The Lord himself will help us to be transformed. I welcome you, Pastor Tulilokwe from Spain. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I want some of those of you can be leaders, sign up to be hosts. We have a special link to join as host, 40dopchallenge.com/host. So if you are joining us and you are a pastor, I think you should join as a host. Then you can invite your own friends, you can invite your own family, whatever, and let every one of us be able to be a special blessing here. All right. That's it for today. I'm going to let you guys go. And I wanted to appreciate everybody for this kickoff. Let us all go start to find our purpose in life. And of course, I love to close with our anthem song. I love Pastor Jonah so much. The music is, we have 3 official songs now. Days of the Evangelism by Omotola G. And Pastor Jonah just gave us another one here. And you're going to be hearing more of that. I look forward to seeing you in the small groups. The Lord bless you really good. We are going to end, as always, with a worship song. But I want to pray for you right now that as you go separately into your different small groups to try to find your purpose in life, that the Lord himself will speak to you, that the Lord will give you the grace to cut out all those noise from everywhere, from your pastors, from me, from other human beings, that God will cut out all those noise and will give you the grace to come face to face with him in your deliberations, in your reading, so that the King of Kings, the creator of the universe who put you here, can properly direct you over the next 4 days. I pray that your life will be transformed after this 40 days of purpose challenge. I pray that God will give you the grace to find the space and the time to read that chapter a day. Remember, don't try to read the whole book in 1 day. 1 chapter a day is more than enough. Read that same chapter like 3, 4, 5 times if you have time. That way it becomes part of you. Then meditate on the 2 or 3 questions after each chapter. And my prayer is that as you meditate, the Lord himself will show up in your life and you will never be the same again. May the Lord give you grace. May the Lord give you the special grace to go through this exercise in a way that will be transformational for you. We're not just having fun here. We're going to be transformed. Every day as I come on live with different things to do with this purpose campaign, the Lord himself will continue to encourage you. The Lord himself will continue to direct you. Because God created you, not man. So go to him. 40 days of purpose. Go to him and ask him. And he will tell you. So if you ask, he will tell you. If you seek, you shall find. May we all find Jesus in this next 40 days as I bring on Pastor Jonah to close us in service now.
From Cyber Embassy of Christ. Embassy of Christ.
You can know more of Jesus through the internet, through Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. You can know more of Jesus through the internet, through Instagram, too tired of Facebook. Need more of Jesus. Oh, the world need more of Him. Yo, na na na. You need more of Jesus. Yeah, the world needs more of Him. Yeah. If you're desperate for Jesus, log into the internet, log into the Instagram, Twitter or Facebook. If you're desperate for Jesus, log into the internet, log into Instagram, Twitter or Facebook. Log into the internet, using your phones and your laptops, and you will see and know that Jesus is us. God is saying something. Oh, Jesus is saying something. Oh, na na na. God is saying something to turn our lives around, to turn our lives around. A soul that's hungry and tasting, watching and waiting, log into the internet, a soul that's on God and tasting, watching and waiting. Oh, Jesus is saying something. Oh, na na na. God is saying something to turn our lives around, to turn our lives around. A soul that's hunger and tasting, you've been waiting for something, watching and waiting. Log into the internet, a soul that's hunger and tasting, watching and waiting. Log into the internet and get more of Jesus. Get more of Jesus. True life fellowship. Longing to your social media account today. Get more of Jesus. True life fellowship. Longing to your social media account today. God is saying something. Jesus is saying something. Oh, Gianna, Jesus is saying something. Speaking the word. God is saying something to turn your life around, to turn a life around, to turn a life around. God is saying something. You're not